ओके, थैंक यू। चलिए आगे स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। तो एक न्यू फाइल ले रहे हैं, पार्ट मॉडलिंग में हम काम कर रहे हैं। बेसिकली अभी तक हमने स्केचिंग में काम करना है। आज भी स्केचिंग के जो टूल हैं हमारे, वो हम कवर करने जा रहे हैं। ओके, तो ये हमारे पास हमारा यूआई जो है ओपन हो गया है, यूज़र इंटरफेस जो है। उसके बाद हम व्यू सेलेक्ट करेंगे स्केच में, और स्केच के अंदर स्केच कमांड में आप पहुंच जाएंगे। तो एक मैं रेफरेंस ड्राइंग जो है हमारी वो ओपन कर रहा हूँ। जो ड्राइंग हमें क्रिएट करनी है वो ये। ठीक है, 1 मिनट और वेट कर रहे हैं, कुछ स्टूडेंट और ज्वाइन हो रहे हैं। जस्ट 1 मिनट हम वेट कर। ओके, चलिए तो अब हमारे पास ये ड्राइंग है हमारी, ये हमें क्रिएट करनी है। अब इस ड्राइंग में हमें क्या गिवन है, सबसे पहले तो हमें वो रीड करना है। ठीक है, अब क्या हम बनाने वाले हैं, बेसिकली हम सॉफ्टवेयर में 3D मॉडल बनाते हैं और ये व्यूज़ अपने आप जनरेट हो जाते हैं। ठीक, बट उससे पहले अब हमें उसका डिटेल पता होना चाहिए, क्या साइज़ है, किस साइज़ का हमें ऑब्जेक्ट जो है क्रिएट करना है। ठीक है, तो हो सकता है आपके पास ऐसे ऑब्जेक्ट गिवन हो, आपको उसको मेज़र करके क्रिएट करना है, या हो सकता है आपको रफ डायमेंशन दी हो कि ये शेप हमें चाहिए, कुछ इस टाइप की डायमेंशन है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग इसको ड्रॉ करो। ठीक है, अभी जस्ट मैं आपको ये बताने जा रहा हूँ कि इसमें स्केचिंग करते कैसे हैं, डायमेंशन कैसे लेते हैं, रिलेशन कैसे लेते हैं, और इस टाइप की अगर हमें व्यू कोई जनरेट करना है तो वो कैसे किया जाएगा। तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले तो स्केच हमने ले लिया, अब हमने स्टार्ट कहाँ से करना है वो देखना। ठीक है, मैं आपको यहाँ पे, अब मेरी दूसरी स्क्रीन पे ये है इसलिए मैं आपको दिखा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, तो मैं इसी पर्पज से इसको स्केच पिक्चर को इंसर्ट करता हूँ। ठीक है, नहीं तो स्केच पिक्चर इंसर्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती, वो मैं आपको दिखा नहीं पा रहा हूँ इसीलिए मैं स्केच पिक्चर यहाँ से इंसर्ट कर रहा हूँ। जस्ट फॉर रेफरेंस यहाँ से जो है मैंने ये सेलेक्ट कर ली। और प्रीवियस सेशन में किसी ने पूछा था कि स्केच पिक्चर नहीं आ रही है, वो तब नहीं आती जब आप स्केच के अंदर ना हो, स्केच के बाहर हो, तब ऑप्शन नहीं आती इसको इंसर्ट करने की। ओके, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम लेगा ये लोड होने में। अब रेजोल्यूशन पे भी डिपेंड करता है आपका जो इमेज है वो कितने रेजोल्यूशन का है, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग ये जल्दी या स्लो लोड होता है। Okay, sorry. Let's start in English. I forgot about that. So first of all, I have to insert the picture. So I have selected the sketch picture from here. And after inserting the image, I just need to scale it. So I can see the maximum length is 56 here. So I will just select this arrow from here to here. I will define this value to be around 56, and the drawing will update automatically. So click OK. Now if I create any drawing, it will be created for 56. I can just move it like that. I can place it somewhere else. Okay. So now to create the drawing, okay, to create the drawing, we have this origin here. Now I have to create only this view. So for that, from where you want to start, first you have to assume from where I'm going to start. So I'm going to start from the mid. I will just create the half object and I will just mirror that object to the other side. So first of all, create a center line and convert that to reference or construction geometry. After that, create a line. You can use L for shortcut. Then I'm going to create it from this side. Okay, like that. And I want to create it somewhat like that. Okay, so what should be the relation? This line is by default in relation with this point, that both of them should be aligned in a linear way. Okay, and we have to define the dimension now. You can see the relation is added for vertical, horizontal, and coincident is added up to this point. So define the dimension. So maximum value from this point to this is 56. So define 56 value. Now we have a value here, this one, that is 18. So define that value to be 18. Now we have maximum value for this one, that is around 43. So 43 divided by 2. Then we have internal gap, that is 25. So that will be 25 point. Okay. Okay, 25. So that will be 12.5 or divide by 2, whichever you prefer. Then we have next point, that this distance from here is 25 also. So define that. Okay, you can see it is again selecting the bottom. So press escape in that case and you can see the dimension will be only for that line. So define 25 again. And we have an angle here 16 degree. For that I will just define that this angle is 16 degree. Okay, so last two things. First one will be the gap between here and second one will be the gap from here. So this gap is 15. Okay, I can just select these two lines. The gap is 15, means it will be 7.5. And for here, the gap is 6. So define that value to be 6. So like that, I have created a half object. Now just go to the mirror entities, select the object, select mirror about, select the plane, the axis, and click OK. And the object will be created. Okay, one thing that is missing here will be the circle. I should have created the circle here, and that too will have mirrored to the other side. So let's create it now and find that circle. Circle has a radius of 10 diameter. Okay, so radius of 10, sorry, diameter of 10. And the distance is 25 height from here and 28 from here. So select that gap. So 25 means it will be 12.5. And 28 from here. Okay, define that value. 8. Just move this 56 to the upside like that. Define your dimension accordingly. You can just move it backwards. Okay, and quit little bit. So here we have the shape. Let's just mirror it. Mirrored entity, mirror about. Okay, so circle is completed. Now we are left with some lines. So first line is from somewhere here, and second line will be somewhere here. Okay, you can mirror this line, or you can create another line and define another relation for the mirror. In mirror option, you can see we have some relation. We have all the relation defined like that. This relation is called symmetrical. We can define that manually also. So how to define that? For that, you can see this is movable. This is also movable. Both can move separately. If you want to define them, you can just select these two lines by pressing the control. And the third one will be the axis. When you select two lines and an axis, there will be a relation called symmetry, and you can apply the symmetrical relation. Now, if you move one, the other will also move according to that. Okay, that's the symmetrical relation. Now I have to just define one dimension in between. I can define the whole dimension, or I can define the half dimension. That depends on me. So gap will be, so here we don't have any gap. So the gap will be in other view. And if I see here, the gap is 18, or I can see here also, the gap is 18. And the line is at 18 gap. I can see that from here. Okay, this one 18, because we have a line here, this one. So that's the edge. The first edge is this one, so the gap is 18, and the between gap is 18 from here to here. Okay, let's define that gap. Both the gap are 18. So you can see both the lines are in black now, fully defined, and this one will have to, we have to assign the value here, that will be 18 again. So this is the sketch that we need. You can see that both the sketches are similar. There is no difference. Okay, if you have any question, please ask your question related to this view. Is there any question? Okay. So let's exit out. Here is the shape. Okay, so and like that you have to create your sketches. Overdefined means if you apply multiple relation or multiple dimension to one entity, like I know that this one is symmetrical, this line, and there is the angle 16 degree. If I define an angle here, that angle will be overdefined. You can see that it will turn yellow. I just pressed escape. I should have just click here, and there will be the option. Okay, so like that you can see I have turned that to be driven. If I have created that to be driving, that will have some error or overdefined. Okay, there are two options. If you want to create an object over driven or driving, if I want to create it driving, then there will be option that item conflict, or the red one is item is unsolvable. So you just have to check where is the overdefined applied and just delete that relation or that dimension, and object will be fully defined again. Just check from here also. Or what you can do, you can go for an option here that is called display and delete relations. Click on this one and you will see all the values that you have here. Okay, so see, for some similar values there are two angles and there are two horizontals. Okay, so if you see the horizontal is here. I need this line to be horizontal, that's okay. Second horizontal is here. I want this line to be horizontal, that's also okay. Then we have an angle here and we have an angle here. Now we have two angles. I just need one angle. I don't have to apply two angles because I have created this shape with symmetrical relation or with mirror. So that's why I have to delete any one from here. So I will just select the second one or the first one and delete that relation directly from here, and our object will be fully defined. Okay, so like that you can create that option. You can remove that over defined option. Okay, so we have covered these options earlier. Now we have also used the trim, we have used offset, we have used the mirror entities. Now if you want to use the pattern option, you can do that also. For the pattern, I will just select another drawing. Let me just insert a drawing. Okay, so I have a drawing here. I want to create only this circular face. Okay, I will not create everything. I will just show you how to create these multiple circles. Okay, so the outer diameter we have is 230 and the innermost will be 94. So I'm going to create only two circle, 230 and 94, and I will create this circle that is 19.5 in diameter. So how to read this specification? This is 6, that is number of items, 6 number of item at 19.5 dia. All the circle have diameter of 19.5. Through means the hole is through. You can see here the hole is through. There is no material left. And PCD means this X is multiply. Okay, and PCD means pitch circle dia. That will be this circle, the red one, on which these circle are constrained, and that dia is 197. This one is the diameter of 197, and equispaced means equally spaced. All the circles have equal space in between them. In this case, there will be equal angles. Okay, so I'm going to create a 230 dia, 94 dia, and 197 diameter. So first of all, I will exit out from this sketch. I will just take another plane and I will just create a sketch there so that there will be no conflict. So I will just select circle command. From here to here, I have to create 3 circles. So first of all, just create the circle, create the shape, and define one value, define one dimension only. This will be 230. So all the shapes will be updated according to that. Okay, your shape will not change. The dimension will update, but your shape will not change. You will get the required shape directly. In other software like Creo, your shape would have been distorted from here. 94 diameter, and this one will be 197. Okay, so I need this circle to be construction, and I need a circle here at this point. So you can see there is a quadrant. When you go there, a relation will be added called coincident and horizontal. Or you can do one thing, you can create outside. So always try to find the direct place here so that you don't have to apply the relations later. You can just define the relation like coincident. You can define the relation that will be horizontal, and after that you just have to define the diameter. Okay, so always try to find the exact location in first. Okay, always try to do that, or if you don't do that, you have to manually specify the relations. So we need here a diameter of 19.5, and here is the circle. So you don't have to create every circle manually. We have the option here that is called the pattern. You can create the pattern in two ways. First one is linear. You can create it in X and Y direction. So you can see this is the X direction. The gap between them is, I want to take that gap to be 25. Object should be 6. I have selected 6 object, but I don't see here any object. For that, I have to select the entity to pattern. This one here. Okay, you can see there are 6 objects in this side. And in the second Y direction, I have only one. So I can just increase that also and define the between gap to be 25, like that. So I can create this type of shape from here. Okay, this is the linear pattern, but I don't need the linear pattern now. I just need the circular pattern. So go for the circular sketch pattern. Select the center axis. So center will be this one. Okay, select entities to pattern first. From here you can see we have number of items to be 4. I need that to be 6. So you can see the object are created here. Okay, the angle is 360, and already there is equal spacing applied, so you don't have to apply that angle manually. Just click OK, and your circles will be created. Now you can see everything is in blue. The first object is in black. Black means fully defined, and these objects are underdefined. So what you can do here, just select any circle and drag that circle. You can see I cannot drag it from the outside. Okay, then leave that and drag that from the center. So you can see the center can be dragged, and all the circle are in their position. Just what is the error, what is the new thing here, what is happening? Their center, you can see their center is this one, and I need that center to be here, but the center is movable, so I cannot fix it. So what you can do, just select this one and select this one and define a relation merge points. Okay, that's not happening. So we need to add that to be coincident. So select this point and this point, and there is the option merge points. So sometime, okay, it's not working. So do that manually, just go there and leave that here. Okay, that happened due to this dimension. I don't need this dimension. Okay, you can see there is a dimension for 98.5. I don't need this dimension, so I will delete that, and now I can select these 2 points and define merge points. So you can see the object is fully defined. Okay, so like that you can create your circular patterns. Okay, if I show you again what I have done. So let's roll back a little bit. Okay, so here is the shape. I need that to be 19.5. Okay, and you can just select the object first also, then go to the circular sketch pattern, and you can see it has all automatically selected the center. If you select any object, the center will be selected the origin directly. If you want to change the origin, you can just go here and select any other point which you need to be origin. Right now I don't have any point somewhere, so I cannot select, but you can select if you have any point to be center. Then define the number of object you need. Okay, check this one, equal spacing should be applied from here. Okay, and after that just click OK, and your object will be created. Now I don't need this dimension here, I can delete that. If I just move the object, you can see the object can be moved. So just pick this point from here and go at the center and leave that, and you will see it will automatically grab that relation, or you can define that manually. Yes, I have created that at the PCB. This circle was defined, but when you create the pattern need a relation, so you have to define that relation. Okay, only one relation needs to be defined here after the pattern. So I have just defined the relation coincident to this center point. So exit out, and here is the shape. Okay, so like that you can create your sketches. Okay, whichever sketch you want to create, what type of sketch you need, just select it from here. Okay, so this was the sketch. Now I have created an assignment for you. You have to create this assignment on your computer. So wait a minute, I will show you. Okay, like similar. Okay, first one is this one. I have created this one. Okay, I will change the drawing in your assignment. You will get these type of shapes. You have to create your views directly here. Okay, and you have to create all the views in a single drawing. Okay, just create 3 views only, and in the first also you have to create all 3. I will change this drawing. You will get some other drawing from here, like this one. I'll show you, wait a minute. Okay, you will get like this one or this one. I will see what I insert in the your assignment. So you will get these type of drawing. You have to create its views. Okay, you don't have to type the name here, top view, elevation, left hand side. Just have to create 3 views. Okay, and the views can be with the help of projection, or you can do that manually also. Okay, so how to create the second view? Like I want to create this elevation, so how to do that? In same drawing, or you can do one thing, that you can create that view in different view. Like I don't need this one, I will just delete that. So I have created my first view here. To create the second view, I can just go to the front, go to the sketch, and I can create that view here. Okay, the view will be that view. Okay, the view will be this one. So you can see I need to create an L shape here. Height will be 12. This edge will be coincident to here, and this edge will be coincident here. So an L shape with 12 height, 25 height here. This gap will be projection of this one, or the gap 18. Okay, and we have 12 here, so an intersection should be made here. This solid line will be the edge here. Okay, this edge will be this solid line, and this line will be this one. Okay, and this edge will be this one. What is this dotted line? This dotted line will be this one. Okay, and this one will be this line. Okay, but downward line, this one. So you will have the height here, 10 height. And for here, you can see there are three dotted lines. So first one will be for this one, this edge here. No, you don't have to create the isometric. You just have to create these three views only. Okay. So like that, you have to create this. I will show you for this drawing, you have to create for the other views that you have been given in the assignment. So let's start here. I will create with the help of a line. Okay. So I know it will go somewhere here. I will create a line like that, an L shape. Okay. So the gaps will be, I have the height here that will be 25. I have a gap here that will be 12. Okay, I know that this gap should be 18. Okay, and okay, the total length we already know that is 56, or I can make it coincident. If I rotate it, I can make it in relation to this one, but there is no relation. That's why I have selected this 56 gap. Okay, you can see that we have created the L shape. Now we need to create some other projections. We need a projection for this edge, this one edge here. Okay. For that, I will just create a line like that. Okay, so that should be this one, and that edge has a value of 25. So the value will be defined from here. Okay, so this will be the solid entities. The first one was for this edge, the second one was for this edge, the third one was for this edge. Okay, so we have three solid lines, and this one bottom entity, this one top, this one the edge. So like that you have to create. Now you have to create the internal, like we have this edge here, so we need to create a line somewhere here, the construction line. We need to create a line somewhere here. Okay, so this line will be construction, and we need to create a line over here for construction, and we need some internal lines also. So you have the view, just create the view and see the values from other views directly. So I'm going to define the first line will be somewhat here, the second line will be somewhere here, and third line will also be there. These two lines will be for the circle that we have somewhere here. Okay, so we have this line here, the gap is 18. We need to define the gap here. Okay, and we have the diameter, so define the internal values, that will be 10 diameter, so define the value 10, and that circle has a center from 28 there. So right now we don't have a center, so I will just select the outer edge, and that will be value will be 28 plus 5, that will be 33. Okay, so we need to define those edges to be construction from here or from here for construction. Okay, and we need to create some another edges. So first one will be there from here, second one will be somewhere here. Okay, so define them. We need to define that gap will be 6 millimeter. Okay, and this gap will be 10. We have been given that gap. So select both the lines, make them construction, and you will have your shape. Okay, if you don't want to see your dimension, you can just go here to this eye and you can select, uncheck this dimension. So you will see your dimension without dimension. Okay, if you go there, check that for the dimension, you will see your object with dimension. So this will be the view. Okay, if you need to define a center line, just create a line here if you want to. Okay, make that for construction like that and define that dimension from here to here. This will be 25 or 28, sorry, 28. And we need to define these two lines symmetrical to this one. So here you will have a second. Okay, actually these two lines are construction. So you just have to remove that from construction first. And after that, you can define the relation symmetry. And after that, you can remove them from the solid to construction. Like that, you can create your shape, this one. Okay. For the last one, you just have to create that in the right plane here to create the sketch. Okay, so you just have to create the shape here. The third one, this one shape will be created. So I'm not going to create that. You will have to create that manually. Okay, like that, like I have created these two, you have to create that third one also. Okay, so create that assignment and submit that assignment to our email ID. For that, the email ID will be, let me show you. Okay, there you will have this option assignment one. The name is assignment one. The email ID will be solidworks.saicad@gmail.com, and you have to enter the email ID here. And in the subject, you will have to type your name, your college, your roll number, your assignment number will be here, assignment one. You have to attach the file with the name of assignment one or A1 and drawing number one, for that will be D1. Okay, for two, drawing two, that will be D2, A1 D2 or A1 D1. Okay, A1 means assignment one. Okay, so like that you have to create your views. So I hope I'm clear. So to save your drawing, for that you just have to go here in the save, create a folder. Okay, in that folder save your drawing with the name of A1 or D1. A1 D1 means assignment 1 drawing 1. Okay, click on the save and your drawing will be saved. Okay, if you go to your folder, you will see your drawing will be here. Just drag this and drop into the mail and submit this assignment. Is there any question? Is there any question related to the sketch I have created or any option you want to know? Okay, so is it clear everything that I have shown you today or yesterday? I hope you will be able to create this because I have covered all the tools. If you face any problem, you can ask that in the next session. Okay, we have these session daily, so you can ask in the next session, or you can ask now. We have time. You can ask now. After that, we will close the session. Okay, so thank you very much. Because there is no question, so I will just close the session. Okay, thank you. So you will get the assignment in the group. You will get the assignment in within half an hour, or maybe in an hour. I will send that to sir, and Manjeet sir will send forward that to you. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Please join tomorrow session. Tomorrow we are going to start with the 3D. We are going to start with feature option from here, and we will cover the extrude command tomorrow. How to create this object in Solid. Okay, thank you very much.